Let's speak now to someone in the United States, indeed Democratic Party strategist Joel Rubin joining us. Joel, thank you for your time. We remember, of course, the political dividends that President Clinton enjoyed after bringing about the Good Friday Agreement. Does the Biden White House see that as something they're trying to recreate?
Well, Mike, it's great to be with you. And peace in Northern Ireland is very popular in the United States. We have a major Irish-American constituency in the United States, tens of millions. President Biden, as you see, is personally invested in this. Senator Mitchell, who was his leader in the Senate in the 90s, clearly invested. Joe Kennedy behind the president in these photos. Our point person to Northern Ireland. So this is a true American commitment. And I think it's very politically popular for the president. And it's also good policy, ensuring that this Brexit transition, however it comes out, does not disrupt the transatlantic alliance, does not disrupt American-British relations, maintains tight ties between the U.S. and Ireland. And I think that's why the president continues to do these visits and these engagements and really making it personal this time.
Yeah, and of course we've got the indication, no official recognition of the 2024 presidential run, but clearly when he was talking at that Easter egg roll, no less, at the White House, indicating, yes, he's going to go for 2024, this will play quite well with that.
Yeah, it's only going to be a positive for him. This is one of the smartest politicians we've seen, certainly in my lifetime, 50 plus years of being elected to the highest levels of the United States, and he gets it. And Irish voters, interestingly, are spread across some of the key swing states in the Midwest, and that matters. Margins matter, and they can be very close, and those are states that the president needs to carry in 2024, and so he is already in full campaign mode. These international trips are never divorced from domestic constituencies that have political impact here in the United States.
So what will be more important than actually achieving some kind of movement in North Ireland in terms of Stormont and the Good Friday Agreement and the power sharing being moved forward and back in place? Or is it the fact that he'll be pictured trying to follow his family roots down in the Republic, in Ireland itself, and maybe having a glass of Guinness in the pub and so on?
Well, the photo ops don't hurt, but it's really not enough. Clearly, this president, when he came into office, he talked about restoring American global leadership, working multilaterally. We see that as part of his consistent messaging regarding the war in Ukraine, and that's the policy of the White House. So getting the deal moving forward in a positive direction is crucial. For Democrats, it's been a red line, frankly, on a bipartisan level in the Congress. Really no movement will occur on a free trade agreement between the U.S. and the U.K. if the GFA falls to the side. So from a long-term policy position, the president wants to continue to nudge it to closure. And I think this fits as well into his ability to argue that he can advance American interests, maintain our relationships through aggressive diplomacy, as he's showing with this visit.
Yeah, it's interesting. People were picking up also in this speech at Ulster University. He was referring back to Captain George Biden, this naval officer on the front of a book, saying Biden's an English name, then talking about links to the Huguenots and Nottingham. Has he been stung, or has the White House been stung by this charge that he's seen as anti-British?
I think it would be pretty clear to anyone watching that Joe Biden is very strongly committed to the American-British relationship. So surprise, concern, perhaps those kinds of charges, but there's a decades-long track record, including what your prime minister said. These multiple visits, state visits coming up. There's just too much evidence to demonstrate that's pretty much rubbish.
Okay.
Technically speaking.
Yeah. And just one thought before you go, Joel. If he does actually declare officially he's going for this second term, what is the view there within the Democrat Party power base, bearing in mind his age and all these discussions about his cognitive abilities and so on?
Yeah, there's no concern about that. Those are messages that keep on getting pushed by former President Trump, who tried to resurrect them again yesterday. But we all remember he was doing that in 2020 and got on a debate stage with Joe Biden got destroyed in that debate. So President Biden's strong. He's had a very effective 2+ years now in the White House, restored American credibility abroad. He's rejuvenated our economy, passed trillions of dollars in effective new spending for the future. The base constituencies are excited about him. And that's really what's going to matter. And the last thing I'll mention, the other side is not offering solutions for the future, and it's going the opposite direction on women's right to choose, on the climate, on immigration, on the economy, on so many issues that really Democrats coming home in this 2024 election is what's going to keep Joe Biden in the White House.
OK, Sleepy Joe, wide awake for 2024. Joel, thank you very much indeed for your time there in the States. Thanks for joining us.